Mr. Wilson? Come on, Dad. Remember what I told you. You can do it. It's easy. Head down, soft hands, Dad. You can do it. How embarrassing.
Applaud. Sometimes when you think you're helping, you're not.
Hey, Kieran here, and welcome to Small Blacks TV. Did you know that even us All Blacks sit in classrooms with our exercise books, and the coaches are our teachers, and we never ever talk when they're talking, or we might miss something important that we need to know during the game.
Hi team, I'm Nehe, and here's another Small Blacks Masterclass. Today I'm going to take you through the art of catching the high ball. Catching a high ball is very important because if you drop it, your team gets put under pressure. If you find it hard to catch or make it too easy for tacklers once you've caught it, then you'll like these simple tips to make life easy. Rightio kids, so catching the high ball is a pretty tough but important skill to have. Pretty basic first things that you want to do is obviously see where the ball's coming from. So as the ball starts going up into the air, you want to keep your eyes on it all the time so you know where it's going to come towards you. And you want to position yourself underneath the ball. So as the ball starts coming down towards you, keep your eyes on the ball. You start bringing your hands up. So if you try and look at my arms, you kind of want to have like a little bit of a bread basket, if you want to call it like that, to get the ball into your hands nice and close. Watch it all the way down, and then you bring your hands in nice and close to your body and make sure you don't drop it. A good way to practice is if you're at home and you've got a ball, just chuck it up to yourself and without using your hands, catch the ball just using your arms. Cool? You guys want to have a go? That's it, watch the ball, nice, that's it, good stuff. Eyes on the ball the whole time. Eyes on the ball, good stuff, that's it, like that. Eyes on the ball.
Rugger's brave, Rugger is the best. He loves new adventures and tackling on new quest. He's Rugger.
Last week on Rugger Tales, Alice's sleepy cakes worked like a charm, and she raced to Barry's Hamilton to raise the alarm. Through it, she talked to her friends and she said she was okay, and the mountain men were fed. That's where we pick up the story. Remember all the good times we used to have at home in Ruggerland with Grandad and the other Ruggerbees? Webb said. Alice was so much fun. I miss her already. Don't be sad, Webb, said Rugger. Even when our friends are far away, they're still with us in our hearts and minds. Why don't we all think about having fun with Alice in Ruggerland, and that'll cheer us up? It was Saturday evening in Ruggerland, and after a big day of rugby, and more rugby, the Ruggerbees all sat down and ate a huge meal until their tummies felt like bursting. My tummy feels like bursting, said Alice. Maybe because you ate a whole quack bird, said Rugger, and everyone burst out laughing. They all took turns telling stories about school and holidays and rugby games. And funnily enough, every time a rugby story was told, the tackle was that much better, the kick was that much longer, and the try was that much harder. Then, after supper, and much more laughing, Grandad told one of his mildly amusing but very scary stories.
And just as the Ruggerbees were about to fall asleep in the haunted house, they heard some strange noises that became louder and louder. There were creaks and
It's all right, Webb, whispered Alice. I'm here to save you. I'm not scared of a haunted house. Oh, you're the best friend a Ruggerbee could have, Alice, replied a thankful but still very scared Webb. If you're ever in trouble, I'll come and save you.
Then, As the trembling ruggabees lay frozen in their beds, the noise stopped outside their room. The doorknob turned the creak, and the door flung wide open.
Rugger, interrupted Rugger's mum. Bedtime. You've got a big day tomorrow, so say goodnight to everyone.
Well, said Grandad, it looks like the end of my story can wait. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Grandad, said all the other Ruggabees.
Hey, Rugger, what's up?
Wow, said a frightened Rugger. Who or what are you? Are you the ghost in Grandad's story?
What the? Cuz chicken. I is the Hooded Knight. You haven't heard of me yet, because I'm from the future.
The future? That seems a long way away. What do you want?
I want to help you, Rugger, so you gotta listen up.
Help, said Rugger. I don't need any help.
That's because I is from the future. What is in the future? Just listen up, bro. Alice is in trouble.
Alice, exclaimed Rugger, laughing. Don't be silly. I just left her and she's fine.
Holy camole! This is going to be harder than I thought.
But, as the Hooded Knight explained, Rugger listened. And when he was done, Rugger knew exactly what he had to do in the future. It had been a very big day indeed. Now, what was I supposed to remember? Rugger sat up thinking. I was told something in the past. Now I can't remember what it was. This is not surprising, because even though Ruggabees have massive heads, they have very bad memories. No, wait! I have it, Rugger shouted. I know where the cold place is. The Hooded Knight told me Alice could be found on another planet. Rugger quickly said he said it was on a planet that was cold. A cold planet, said William excitedly. You mean Snow Planet? That's it, said Rugger. How did you know? Lucky guess, I suppose. Turn around. That's Snow Planet, said William. You're right, added Rugger. It's no planet at all. It's more like a very large building. Now, that was a coincidence. What will our heroes find in Snow Planet? And who or what was turning Grandad's doorknob? Find out next week in the next exciting episode of Rugger Tales. And remember, sometimes to find what you're looking for, you have to search yourself.
I sure do hope Rugger finds Alice soon. I know my team doesn't feel the same when someone's missing, because it's important to include everybody, even if they're not playing that week. Now it's time for Team Small Blacks, and this team has some real skill. But a good coach helps as well. That's what my coaches always say.
Wellington's Oriental Rongotai is famous for turning small blacks into All Blacks. And this season, the next crop of young magpies are in search of their own glory. It's about teamwork, loyalty, passion, and commitment. It's about the thrills, the spills, and most of all, about the fun. Let's go, Magpies! Trial games are an important part of preseason because it puts teams in grades where everyone is around the same level. Let's see how our team went with their 2 trial games. Coach had high hopes. Game day, at last. I was up early to catch up with the Reddishers to see how the nerves were holding up. Coach, so how are you feeling about today?
Oh, it's always pretty nervous, you know, first game of the season, not knowing how the boys are going to go. I just think if we play as a team, play well together, back each other up, the result takes care of itself.
You've had a good pre-season. Do you think the team is prepared?
Oh, that's a big question. We'll find out in about an hour's time. You know, are we prepared? Are we not prepared? How's it all go? Is it going to come together? I don't know.
Lockie was looking all business, and it was time to hit the road. Today's match is against Hard Old Boys Marist, and the word is they're a pretty good team. So I thought I'd give the Magpies a bit of inspiration with the Rugby World Cup. 1, 2, 3, Here we go. The season officially kicks off, and finally, parents have something to do on their Saturday mornings. Let's check out what the sideline was up to.
Maren, how do you think Brynner's going out there today?
Oh, he's getting into it. He's rapt to be out there. It's been a long off-season.
What are his goals for this year?
Make huge tackles, get some tries, score some conversions.
Have you given him any advice leading into today?
He's not getting any advice from me.
Who's worse out of Lockie and Jason in dealing with the pressures of the game?
Oh, that's a really tough one. I think I'd say Jason is worse because his voice goes really high and intense and he can't bring himself down to like normal level very quickly. But he's really good. He's awesome at motivating them. His team talks are inspiring and he always has a good thing to say about every kid.
Good work, guys! How do you think Millen's going so far today?
He's doing really well, yeah. He's had a great start at halfback. He really enjoys playing halfback. He gets his hands on the ball a lot, so he loves that.
So did you give him any advice, words of wisdom before the big game today?
Oh yeah, get stuck in and make his tackles around the ruck, and as halfback he's going to see a lot of balls, so he needs to make sure he passes it around and gets everyone else involved. Good work, Chase. Put it down, buddy.
Oh man, go Mika.
Go, Mika!
So Mackay's playing, Dad's refereeing, he's also coaching. What are Saturday mornings like in the household?
Pretty busy. Not much time for anything else but rugby on the weekend. I used to play, Mo's still playing, so yeah, it's just part and parcel every Saturday that we're down at the polo ground watching some form of rugby.
So a lot of rugby in the family. Do you ever feel like you want to chuck your 5 cents in with coaching?
I always chuck my 5 cents in for coaching, actually, because I'm a teacher by trade, so I just can't help myself. It's a bit of a hard game this morning, first game of the year, but I think they're doing all right, Hopefully they'll just take lots of learnings from the first game. That's all we want, really, and enjoy it, obviously.
Chase, how did it go?
Oh, bit of a tough start for the team. A lot of learning, a lot of new teaching that I know I have to do now, but we'll work on that on practice and the team will get heaps better.
Despite improving and scoring some great tries, West were too strong for the Magpies in their second grading game. But coach is optimistic.
Grading games, as you like to call them, they're necessary. I think it's good that you play teams of your own ability, so the best teams play each other. The teams who aren't so gifted, without the gifted athletes or aren't quite as good as the top teams, they get to play each other, so everyone gets a chance for success, and you're at a level. I don't think anyone wins when you get smashed every week, or you get as a whole lot of kids not wanting to play the next year. I don't think a lot of kids, when it boils down to play to win, they go out there to have fun.
That means next Saturday is showtime and the competition begins. Go the Magpies!
Hey everybody, today I've got somebody very special to help me with my ABCs.
Thanks, Rugger. It's great to be here and I'm pumped for the letter of the week.
My favourite word that starts with the letter D is dive. What's your favourite word?
My favourite D word?
You can do it. Come on.
Dinosaur.
Oh, that's a really good word.
Bruh.
I love to do a big dive when I score a try. How do you celebrate scoring tries?
Great question.
I know.
Fist pump.
Oh, yep.
Get up, get that going, and then
like that.
Get around the boys and give them a bit of man love for a big hug.
Oh, it's just it's the head.
Pretty much like that.
Is it a hug or is it a hongy?
That's it for our show. Make sure you go and check out smallblacks.com and our Facebook page. We want you part of our team.
And it's my favourite. And hot.
Nice work, Tommy!